at Hospitality, along with Lisa Sharpley, Roxy Bernstein, and our entire Fox Sports Net crew as Cal leads Oregon State 2-1. You look at Jenna Grigsby, our State Farm Insurance pride of the pack, the top student athlete on the Cal volleyball team. 3.5 GPA, the senior from Pacific Palisades at Brentwood High School. Pacific Palisades, also the home of Tom Hanks, who is a Bay Area guy at Skyline High School here in Oakland.
He's done pretty well for himself.
I would say that. Guy who had a connection to Bay Area sports. Used to be a vendor at Oakland Coliseum, believe it or not, for the A's. Look at our stats through 3 games, and California riding Mia Jerkov.
Yeah,
26 kills.
Service aces are really telling a story there. We've got OSU with only 2 aces and 9 errors on the night. That's not a good ratio, whereas Cal has 6 aces and 8 errors. So they're definitely getting a lot out of their aggressive serving tonight.
Oregon State hit just 135. They're in game 3 after hitting a 324 in the second stanza. And Cal, after a 4-12 impressive second game, hit 262 in the third. It was enough to pick up game 3. It'll be Kara Rhodes serving for Oregon State to begin game 4. Cal leading Oregon State 2-1. Cal trying to snap the 3-match losing streak. And also a 3-match home losing streak to Oregon State. Carter the set at the net. Jerkov. There's Lawrence off the block. Sent over. Jenna Brown goes across the court and misses, and Oregon State leads 1-0 here in the 4th.
And I think it's important for Oregon State to step it up early in this game, establish themselves, be competitive, and not let it get away from them too soon like the last one.
Rhodes the jump serve. Carter the set for Brown. Davis keeps it alive. Carter for Jerkov. The dig from Rhodes. And Oregon State can't handle it. We're tied at 1 here in the 4th. Nancy Samara, some instruction there. Using the form that got her to be a 2-time All Pac-10 selection while she was a player at USC. There's Jerkov, the jump serve. In by Oregon State. Collins the set for Lawrence. And into the net goes Brown for Cal, and Oregon State leads at 2-1.
Cal actually has a new player in this game, Heather Deers at middle blocker, in for Camille DeFall.
She is a senior, getting some time here in the final couple home games for Cal.
Here you see Heather going back to serve.
Heather Deers, the 6'2" senior, middle blocker who will serve here for Cal. Shingle Springs, California.
It really says a lot about Cal's depth, that they feel confident putting in a reserve middle blocker in a situation like this where they're, up 2-1, yet, Oregon State is definitely threatening.
Block from Cal, and it's 3-2, and Deers appearing in just the 3rd game of the season. Forget matches, just the 3rd game she's playing. And that's a shot that went wide for Oregon State as Watts Roberts misses. 4-2, and Deers will serve again.
This is a tough rotation for Oregon State with their setter in the front row and freshman Abby Wendell in the front.
Cal keeps it alive to set for Jerkov, who glides it over at the net. Powers and Brown both go up for the spike. Let's give that one to Brown.
I think they're laughing because they didn't do much communicating there to talk about who was going to actually hit that ball.
Looks like they both got it.
When in doubt, everyone go for it.
Hey, double the power, right? Perfect placement from Oregon State. 5-3.
And that's a smart play by Laura Collins. Not a big advocate of the double hand, 2-hand set over, but
would you do that?
In certain situations, it can be called for, especially when your team's down 2-1. I personally wasn't a big fan of that, but it was more of a moral problem with it as opposed to.
So setters do have morals. That's what you're telling me.
Some of them do, but hey, if it makes your team win, I'm all for it.
Collins for Lawrence, off Jerkov, and the kill for Oregon State.
Oregon's really got to score a couple here, get back in with the Bears. Like I said, they can't let this get too far away from them, and a 2-point lead can easily turn into more. You're going to 30 points.
There's the one hand from Carter, the more conventional, right?
Exactly.
There's what Lisa Sharpley advocates. Abernathy, and that's long with the jump serve, and it's 7-5 now, Cal. Substitution for Cal and for Oregon State. It's going to be Abby Wendell. Serve here for the Beavers. Dig from Turner. And a set for Jerkov. Oregon State at the net. Watts Roberts just tips it over. At the net, Jerkov goes high off the block. Collins, the set just sent over from Rhodes. Carter sets up Powers, who can't handle it at the net. Some miscommunication there. The set was behind her.
Right, and Powers has been so efficient all night. You see a quick pass to Carter, and I think Powers just got up a little bit too early for that set.
There's the dump over the net from Samantha Carter. Her third kill.
Carter does a really good job here of just jamming it down. A lot of setters like to just sort of tip it over, try to surprise them, but she is super aggressive with that play.
Played by Lawrence. Collins over the net goes Eggert. Set for Jerkov on the outside. Oregon State keeps it alive, and Frederick sends it over, but the Bears talent. Mishandle from Oregon State. Cal 9, OSU 6 here in Game 4. Cal leading at 2-1. It's women's volleyball Pac-10 match at Haas Pavilion in Berkeley. Collins, Eggert over the net. Carter, but it's the block from Eggert for Oregon State. It's 9-7 Bears.
And I think they actually called Sam Carter in the net on that play, and she is pretty staunchly denying the fact that she was in the net.
This will be Watts Roberts serving. Brown, Carter, the set for Jerkov, who got high up, and the block, though, from Oregon State.
Great cover by Jenna Brown.
Here's Watts Roberts, Brown, and it hit the pole right in front of the referee. A point for Oregon State.
Yeah, the pole is considered out of bounds, just like the antenna would be.
Cal 9, OSU 8 here in Game 4. And Watts Roberts, the serve. Brown, and the dunk over the net from Carter, who out-muscled Oregon State there. 10-8 Bears.
She's getting some tight passes, but she's really able to handle those well. It's tough for a setter often to go up against, a 6'4" middle blocker.
Oregon State, sloppy play, 11-8 Bears.
They just can't afford that type of play at this type of situation. Now they're down 3. They were just within 1. Can't let it get away from them here.
Frederick the dig. Collins the set. And Rhodes into the net. Another point for the Bears. They lead at 12-8.
You watch Kara Rhodes here. She's trying to go inside the block, but doesn't quite let it clear the net.
Too much on the serve from Carter, 12-9. Oregon State down 3, and it's number 3, Kara Rhodes serving. In the middle of the floor, there's her jump serve, played by the libero Davis. Set for Jerkov. Collins. Watts Roberts. There is Ann Watts Roberts.
It's just a great play by Laura Collins there. All the blockers are thinking about Lawrence and Healy in the front row, and she goes back, catches them by surprise, and Watts Roberts able to convert.
Samantha Carter for Jerkov. Cross court, back corner, got it. Mia Jerkov.
And that was just over the block of the Oregon State Beavers. You've got Caitlin Healy in there, who's a little undersized at middle blocker, and Jerkov, at 6'3", is just taking advantage.
28 kills now for Mia Jerkov. Collins over the net. Jerkov keeps it alive. Abernathy. Carter sends it over. Played by Watts Roberts. Set for Lawrence. And the kill for Allison Lawrence.
And there you saw Heather Deers just a little bit late out to help block against Lawrence. I think she needs to know that when Lawrence and Healy are up front, Lawrence really is the priority. She should probably cheat out that way.
Service error for Healy, 14-11. Heather Deers serving for Cal.
Really good rotation for Cal here. They've got Jenna Brown on the right, Alicia Powers, who's second in the team in kills tonight.
There's the tip over the net for Laura Collins of Oregon State. 14-12, Golden Bears leading.
And Laura's really been doing a good job of mixing it up with her offensive attempts. She's gone deep, she's gone the two-handed set over, she just went behind. It's good to keep the defense guessing that way. Now they're back within one. This is huge for them if they can tie it up here.
And for Oregon State, here's Collins the serve, played by Davis. Carter sets up Brown. Played by Collins for the Beavers. Set for Lawrence, tips it over. Abernathy the dive, goes into the crowd.
And
Oregon State pulls even.
I think that's just a great, smart play by Lawrence. You know, they've been successful all night, tipping over the block to the left front. And even if Abernathy's able to pick that up, she's out of the play in transition, not able to be set. So I think it's a good play either way.
Carter for Abernathy. And Cal puts a stop to the Beavers' run. 15-14 California. And we've got a timeout on the floor here in game 4. It's a tight one. Oregon State trying to stay in it. The Bears trying to win it. Game 4. Cal 15, Oregon State 14. Pac-10 women's volleyball on Fox Sports Net. Introducing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The only show taking you inside the world of extreme sports every weeknight. Leanne Tweeden and our group of experts brings you the entire world of extreme sports all in one place. With breaking news, event highlights, and insider features you won't find anywhere else. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Weekdays at 5, only on Fox Sports Net. Now leading by 1, Watts Roberts. Oregon State. There's Powers the kill for the Golden Bears. And somebody other than Jerkov needs to step up for Cal.
Exactly, and I think it is the Cal middles as well as Jenna Brown that can really become involved here. We've seen Powers all night long being extremely effective, and I think if they can pass well enough to keep going back to her, they're going to be successful.
There's Watts Roberts, played by Jerkov. Carter for Mia Jerkov. And a dig, unsuccessful for Oregon State. Cal up 17-14. What does Oregon State need to do here, Lisa?
I think they need to get it to the players that have gotten them through the night. Ann Watts Roberts and Allison Lawrence, they need to get a good enough pass to be able to distribute to these two women.
There's Lawrence. Collins the set. Watts Roberts. And Powers can't keep it alive in the net for Cal. And there's the two players you talked about. They first went to the outside to Lawrence, then they went to Watts Roberts, and Watts Roberts the kill.
It'll be interesting to see what they do here. They're keeping Watts Roberts on the right to help block against Abernathy. Cal recognizes it and they set behind.
And Cal somehow, miraculously, Jerkov sends it over. Toward the back, played by Wendell. Set for Jerkov. Lawrence toward the net, Abernathy off the block. Powers one more time, and Cal stole that point.
Absolutely huge dig by Watch Jenna Brown go down to the ground. Jerkov somehow gets that ball over, and then she wants the attempt when it comes to the end of that rally. She sets up her teammates. Alicia Powers finally terminates.
Nancy Samara was not happy after that point.
No, because that was 2 opportunities to dig the ball that Oregon State had that they overpassed, giving Cal basically a free set.
Another one for Alicia Powers. Gets her 14 kills on the night. And timeout Oregon State. Nancy Samara cannot let this one slip away now. Cal 19, Oregon State 15 here in game 4. Cal up 2-1 in this match. You're tuned in to Pac-10 Women's Volleyball on Fox Sports Net. Back at Haas Pavilion, Cal leading here in game 4, 19-15. Cal coach Rich Feller talks about his superstar, Mia Jerkov.
Well, Mia's, a very unique player. She does so many different things for us that she has to be pretty much on for us to have our best game. And if she's on, the rest of the team seems to open up a little bit and play better as well. But Mia serves, she passes, she plays back row, she plays front row. She's just a complete ball player, so that's a pretty key.
She is on tonight, but so is Ann Watts-Roberts. As you take a look at Jerkov, Watts-Roberts for Oregon State, it's 19-16 Cal.
Not only does Mia bring so much physical talent, but she brings the intangibles that someone like a Logan Tom also brought to Stanford. She demands more out of her team. When they're not executing, she gets on them. She's not afraid to demand more of them. She plays as hard as she can, and she wants the same from her teammates.
20-16 Golden Bears, and this is Alicia Powers, who's tied a career high tonight, 14 kills. Led by Frederick Rhodes, and sent over from Watts-Roberts. The set for Deers, and Heather Deers with the kill. And
that's great play by Heather Deers. It's so nice to see her stepping in with no attempts for the year. She converts on that one, and it's great to see her connecting well with Sam Carter, just as well as any of the other middles.
So Deers, with her first kill of the year, gives Cal a 5-point lead, but Oregon State trims it down to 4 is Caitlin Healy for Oregon State. This will be Watts-Roberts to put it in play for Nancy Samara.
This is probably the toughest rotation for the Beavers. They've got their setter front row and their 2 smallest attackers, so they need to play some good defense here.
Heather Deers again!
She's a hammer. Where's she been all year?
Rich Feller's been hiding her on the bench.
It's a great athletic play. She waits for the set. It's a little bit far off of a pass, and so she knows she needs to delay a little bit. Times it perfectly.
Set for Watts-Roberts. Carter for Jerkov. And she misses. And it's 22-18 Cal.
Oregon State's really got to get some defensive plays here if they want to compete.
There's the serve from Kara Rhodes. Played by Ashley Turner. The set for Jerkov. The dig from Rhodes. Set for Lawrence. Off the block. Point, California. And coming in for the Bears is Jessica Zatika, her first appearance of the night, the senior from Homedale, Idaho.
There you see Mia Jerkov got stuck on the right blocking, but actually it turns out to be an advantage for Cal. She's their best blocker and goes up against Oregon State's outside hitter.
She can't handle that one. 23-19 Cal, and the service by Caitlin Healy. So two seldom used players by Rich Feller out there right now. Zatika and Deer.
I think
Jenna Brown for Cal.
this is a great move by Feller and the coaching staff at Cal. They want to get some of these players tested and ready for playoffs if for some reason they need to step in for an injured player, someone that's not really playing well. This is a great time while they have the lead to kind of experiment there with the lineup.
Getting the seniors some time here in their final home games. There's Collins, the set off the block. And Oregon State tallies, and Abby Wendell trying to bring Oregon State back. 24-20. Cal leads. Nancy Samara looking for somebody wearing a black jersey to step up.
You know, the other thing with playing some subs here for Cal is that they're able to get some fresh legs in there and give some rest to Camille Lafall and Gabrielle Abernathy, who have been experiencing some injuries all year. They need to kind of come back slowly. There you see Jenna Brown, that left-handed arm swing, so tough to read.
Collins the set. There's Carter to the net for Cal. Davis. Carter and Zatika. Dig from Oregon State, Frederick. Off the block, Davis for the Bears. Setting up, Powers off the block, point Cal.
And that's just a great soft block by Zatika and Powers, allowing them to dig and convert on that play.
Timeout, Oregon State. As Samara wants to talk things over maybe one last time and try to get Oregon State back in this one. As Cal leads it 2-1 and 26-20 here in game 4. You look at this last play and the point for California.
See Powers going all the way around. That's a great play by Carter to push it out from so far away. You see she's running forward, all her momentum's forward, and yet she's able to push it back, giving Powers a hole to push it through.
Cal leading at 26-20. Nancy Samara trying to get Oregon State back in as you look at the Golden Bears break the huddle. Hey fans, get ready for Pac-10 women's basketball. It's getting ready to start in our first game right here on Fox Sports Net, November 30th. It's a Sunday when the UCLA Bruins take on Illinois. Check your local listings. So it'll be Barry Tompkins and Mary Murphy. Play-by-play from Westwood, UCLA and Illinois, right here on Fox Sports Net, beginning our coverage. Pac-10 women's basketball. There's the set for Zatika, played by Frederick. High into the air for Watts Roberts, and Jerkov plays for Cal. Carter for Powers, the back line, Rhodes for Oregon State. Lawrence, dig. Jerkov, Cal keeps it alive. Davis for Jerkov toward the back, played by Collins. Over from Wendell. Carter, Powers tips it over, point Cal.
You see the Oregon State players on the floor. They're hustling so hard. I think they really are fighting for this game right now, but Cal is just too powerful, too tall at the net.
Brown serving for Cal. Collins for Watts Roberts, off the block, Oregon State. And Watts Roberts.
And if I'm Laura Collins right now, I'm setting her every ball that I can.
She's got 17 kills. Here's Lawrence to serve, played by Davis. Carter setting Powers off the block, Frederick. The set for Watts Roberts again, and she comes through again for Oregon State.
You know, it's tough for Oregon State because they want to set her every ball in transition. When she's on the right, she's more of a blocking threat for them, but it's tougher to get her the ball. It's great to see Laura Collins able to do it even on that transition dig, and it pays off for them.
Lawrence's serve sails long. 28-22 Cal, and Jessica Zatika now serving for Cal. Collins is set, sent over from Wendell. At the net, Carter, tipped over the left hand from Rhodes. Carter setting up on the outside, Powers off the block. Cal keeps it alive. Here's Jerkov. Cross court played by Frederick. Toward the net, Collins the set. Watts Roberts off the block, and it's down for Oregon State.
And that's exactly the type of rally that Oregon State wants to be involved in. They want the long rallies where both teams are digging. They want to be the one that finally is able to terminate on that play or let the other team make the mistake.
28-23 Cal. Matthew Wendell to serve for the Beavers. Carter sets up Powers off the block, played by Wendell. Collins for Lawrence from the back row, off the net. Carter for Jerkov, she runs up off the block. Brown, Powers, and Cal can't keep it alive.
And that's where having Watts Roberts on the right pays off in the blocking arena. So they weren't able to get her the ball in transition, but she was able to shut down Jerkov on that blocking play.
28-24, Golden Bears off the net. Brown, Carter the set for Jerkov, off the block, and Cal has match point. 29-24, kill number 30 for Mia Jerkov. And it's Powers to serve.
I think Mia's back. What do you think?
I would agree. 30 kills tonight? Yeah, I'd say so. Powers to serve into the net. On match point.
Yeah, I think that's one of the top 3 times in a game situation that you do not want to miss your serve. Match point is one of them. There was some confusion here over on the Cal bench. Looked like Coach Feller was trying to call a timeout prior to that serve, but wasn't able to get the ref to recognize his call.
We're checking with the official scorer here at the table. Rich just kind of smiling at us. Well, I tried. That's the look he had.
I think actually what happened is they had the wrong server back there, and so he tried to call a timeout so that they could recollect themselves and figure out who was supposed to be serving in the rotation. And unfortunately, the ref didn't see him, and so they might have served in the wrong rotation. The refs are trying to figure it out right now.
Trying to get it straightened out. And Grigsby comes back for Cal in a substitution.
Either way, they lose the point. They missed the serve, so.
This is going to be Ann Watts Roberts to serve. We know that. Rich Feller still talking things over with people at the scorer's table.
Yeah, and this is really desperation time for Oregon State. Clearly, with Cal at game point, they need to pull off a miracle here defensively and try and stop them for 4 straight plays to tie it up.
Watts Roberts of the Oregon State Beavers facing their second match point. California trying to win it here. Jerkov does. This one's over. The kill, her 31st of the night. Mia Jerkov wins it for Cal. They win it 3-1. 26-30, 30-28, 30-21, and 30-25. And California picks up win number 20 on the season. They are now 11-7 in the Pac-10. Oregon State falls to 15-14, and California wins it over Oregon State. Right here, stick around. We got more on Fox Sports Net.